Looking at the IPA chart and the consonant chart specifically that we have been working on and going through in the last couple of videos, we'll be climbing down the manner of articulation ladder. I started from plosives with nasals, yes. Fricatives we did. I'm going to start with trills today. What is a trill? A trill, or a trilled consonant, is a term in phonetics to refer to the class of consonant sounds on the basis of the manner of articulation. Trilling is a manner of articulation. You can trill a sound. You can trill a consonant. A trill is articulated by rapidly tapping the active articulator against the passive articulator. Well, when you have trill, you could have different places of articulation, but in terms of voicing, all trills are voiced. The most famous trill is probably the R, the way it is pronounced in Spanish. Basically, if you want to indicate the trill R, as you can see in the chart again, this ra, which is a trill, that's how it is pronounced in Spanish and I think in Italian and many other languages. Because the English R, as we have covered before, is the approximant R. It's not the R, it's R. But the Spanish R is the trill R. When in English you want to tell someone to pronounce a trill R, you can say you roll your R, because you roll, it looks like you're rolling tongue. But what you're doing is you're continuously tapping, rapidly tapping active articulator, which in this case is your tongue, against the passive articulator, which is in this case is the alveolar ridge. If you do it just once, that would be a tap R, and I'm going to talk about it in the next video. If you continuously tap your R, you will end up pronouncing the rolled R. The name of the letter in Spanish is R, right? Perro means dog. Of course, here it's not just a trill, it's also a double consonant, so perro. Although the typical English R is not rolled, it's approximant, but there are certain dialects like Welsh or Scottish in which people roll their R's.
Once they find out, they love it and really enjoy experiencing something new and totally different.
Welsh place names are really difficult to pronounce. I understand. I have difficulty with place names.
Well, I have talked a lot about the rolled R, but that's not the only trill. If you look at the table, the consonant chart, starting from the left, the first trill looks like a capital B. It's a trilled version of the plosive B. So if you trill it, like continuously tap it, like when you're cold or when you want to make the sound of a car engine, you're trilling your B. When we were talking about consonants, we use the term closure in the sense of how much air is obstructed between the two articulators. In the case of trills, closure is intermittent. So you do the closure, you tap it once, and then you go back and tap it again. So it is called intermittent because you turning it on and off. A trill may be called a lingual trill because the trilled R is made with the tip of the tongue against the alveolar ridge. But the bilabial trill is not a lingual trill. In French and German, you have this other trill, the uvular trill. If you want to know why, that is pourquoi. You can always ask pourquoi, but it's still pourquoi.